What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the GITM podcast, where we cover the true crime, the paranormal, conspiracy, anything you want to talk about, and even some current affairs in the beginning of these episodes. So if you want to get to the meat and potatoes of the content,
just turn it off.
Right. Wait for about 20 minutes, or fast forward 20 minutes if you're listening to this on your favorite podcast app, because we were going to shoot the shit and have a good time, I might say.
Because this is probably where we talk about the Ukrainian leader sitting down with the leaders of the
free world.
Yeah,
we're gonna keep rocking in the free world.
Yeah, I don't even know who that is.
Who sings that?
Yeah,
isn't it Neil Young?
I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
Where do you think that would fall in my playlist of music?
Down toward the bottom.
Yeah, that's like only on 4th of July.
Okay, yeah, but yeah. So we might talk a little current affairs here right now. I mean, it's windy.
It was a shit show.
Oh, that meeting between the three of them?
One, I don't really personally give a shit that he didn't wear a suit.
Hold on. Before you get started, tell everybody what we're covering tonight. What to look forward to.
Basically, we're going to talk about, if you've seen the hit Netflix documentary, Lover, Stalker, Killer, we're going to talk about that case.
Sounds like my love life.
I don't know if I could see you being stalked.
No, I would be the stalker, not the stalkee.
That makes much more sense.
Exactly.
That reads. The other one made me feel like I was dyslexic. The second one made me feel like I was an autistic person into Harry Potter, just flying through pages.
Flying through pages. Harry Potter, that blatant ripoff of Star Wars. Have you seen that TikTok?
No. I don't watch TikTok.
Well, you should be ashamed of yourself.
I'm an adult male. I watch fucking Instagram reels.
Oh, see, I can't watch.
Actually, I watch more YouTube shorts than anything now, because I've been on YouTube for so long that like it's got me. Very rarely does YouTube miss.
Very rarely, yeah. But we're covering true crime. This should be a good, interesting case. I know nothing about it, so I'm going to be finding out like the rest of y'all.
It's going to be a rip and run. Like I said, these notes are just guidelines.
But now if you want to talk about Trump and Zelensky or whatever that comedian / president's fucking name is.
One, I really don't give a fuck that he wasn't wearing a suit.
See, I think, listen, you got.
I see the point.
You got to have some decorum. But show up in a sweatshirt.
He matched.
Show up in a sweatshirt. Go fuck yourself.
He matched. I think my biggest takeaway from that was, why didn't anybody, including Donald Trump, turn around and say, JD, shut your bitch ass the fuck up. Nobody gives a fuck what you have to say.
Well, here's the thing I heard about that. Why Zelensky hates fucking JD Vance.
Who doesn't?
I like JD.
JD Vance is a twat.
I like JD.
He's a two-faced piece of shit, just like every other politician.
Okay, as long as you said every other politician. But I guess there was some beef between the two for the mere fact that he was so vocal when he was. Well, he was in the Senate, was it? I don't think he... Yeah, I think...
Yeah, when he was dogging Donald Trump, talking about how he would not vote for him.
Well, you know, hey, every man has... You can change your fucking mind. I didn't like your fucking ass when I first met you.
Just let him fight.
But here's... Okay, yeah, I get your point to a certain extent, but I say wear fucking... Listen, dude, you're a political leader.
At least wear a polo.
Yeah, nice button up.
I'll give you that. Yeah.
But showing up in a fucking sweatsuit.
Like, I don't think you need a suit and tie for every fucking occasion.
That's like me showing up at the White House in this fucking hoodie.
I would do it.
I mean, but we are also not world leaders. Well, Ukraine
even if I was a world leader, I would do it just to do it. I'd show up and they'd be like, this is what you're wearing. I'd be like, yeah, fuck you. I don't even like your ass.
Here's the thing. Old Zelensky, my man, here's my hot take on this motherfucking douche twat rocket cockbag motherfucker. For one, I don't give a fuck about Ukraine.
I mean, it sucks what's happening, but like, it's not really like, well, it's not necessarily our issue.
Right. I mean, listen, dude,
I don't want those things to be happening to people.
Don't start no shit and there won't be no shit.
We kind of helped start it over the last 30 years.
Well, let's be honest.
To a slight extent. Us and NATO. To a very slight extent.
NATO, and us being a part of NATO, we are the biggest dickheads on the planet.
Yeah, they poked the big
I heard this.
Russian bear.
Did you know Russia actually wanted to become a part of NATO? Yes, they petitioned to become part of NATO.
What, we were just like, nah,
we don't think so. That's what I don't get about this Russian shit. We keep poking that fucking bear,
and then we want to act like, oh my, when they do something.
But
like, yes.
Listen, Zelensky,
fuck around and find out.
Zelensky, let me give you a little piece of advice. If you want to keep the banks open and our trillions upon trillions of dollars flowing to you, don't be a dick.
Well, and there's also the fact that, like, my biggest takeaway from that was, like, how they're the whole time they're just like, you have not said thank you once for the aid that you've been provided. And there's like, you two didn't provide it.
Well,
so like, in that case, he's talking to the wrong person.
The American people. Listen.
I wouldn't say it to those two either. I don't like fucking like Trump's whatever. He's the president. It's 4 years. It's whatever. I think JD Vance is a fucking twat.
See, that's where we disagree. JD Vance is a smart motherfucker, and he knows which side of his bread's buttered. But here's my thing about
that doesn't necessarily mean that's a good thing for us.
Here's my problem with Zelensky. He thinks he's still dealing with the candy ass motherfucker, Rudy Poo motherfuckers that he was 4 years ago. If you want something...
Hey, that's unfair. I wouldn't even say... You can't even call him candy ass. He doesn't have enough cognitive recognition of what's going on around him to be considered a candy ass.
But if you listen to that, I didn't watch the whole thing in its entirety, but...
Dude, I saw him start arguing and I was like, fuck off. Like,
he blatantly threatened the United States. That's like Canada threatening us.
Canada has a better chance.
Probably. But physical location, they have a better chance. When he said, I believe, I'll paraphrase it, something about, well, you have oceans, bordering you, so it makes it hard to invade. Yes, correct. But you will know it someday. Are you threatening us? Are you going to try to invade us? Because I can get the redneck battalion from the south and take out the entire Ukrainian army.
The Coast Guard
in about 5 fucking minutes.
Fucking Ukrainian army. Do they even have a navy?
If Ukraine stormed the beaches of fucking the Gulf or Florida, by the time
they wouldn't even make it past Cuba.
By the time the Marines got there, there'd already be a bonfire and the rednecks would be drunk. It'd be over.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the biggest takeaway from it I'm like, what is this? What global politics has melted down to at this point?
Well, if you want our help, don't fucking be condescending and don't be an asshole. Even if you don't like the motherfuckers. If I did not like you and I needed something from you, I'm not going to be argumentative and be a dick to you.
Yeah.
You attract more bees with honey than you do a big fat stinking turd.
I mean, you could make the argument that needing $20 for gas is a lot different than what he's been dealing with over the last couple of years.
Yes, but
also know your audience. You're coming into the room with a man-child billionaire and his puppy dog bitch. I think that was my biggest thing. I'm like, why is JD Vance talking over the president? Shut up. That's not what you're there for. Shut up.
Well, and here's the thing. Here's how stupid Zelensky really, truly is. That he wanted the press in there. Because did he really think he was going to pull one over on Trump?
I don't even think it was that. But did you think that anybody was going to be surprised that Trump or JD Vance, both provoked or not, kind of acted like toddlers? No, that's what everybody expects. That's what they got voted for.
No, I wouldn't even say act like toddlers. You get a little spicy with me, I'm going to get spicier back. See, that's not acting like that's shutting the shit fucking down. Because I
find it unprofessional across the board.
If it was me and for us, it's like, remember that back in 2020 when the kids from Cupcath, when the Native American or whatever was beating the drum and those kids down in Washington, D.C. with a bag of hats and big ordeal. They said,
yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Listen,
I know what you're talking about.
That kid's reaction was that kid behaved himself compared to what a motherfucker gets in my face, start beating a fucking drum. But so if you come at me a little bit hard, I will get 10 times more shittier.
But you're also comparing a kid on the street to the leader of the free world.
I don't give a fuck who you are. If you get salty with me, I'm gonna get salty fucking back. And
yeah, but and the people he's dealing with are salty all the time anyway.
Well, and you have Zelensky needs to know his fucking the two people that are in there now, whether you like him or dislike him, they were elected by the people.
I don't understand what
Fuck
was,
the electoral
what was
college
to be
right
gained
now.
by the whole thing.
What do you mean he's trying
to sit down in general. Like,
he's trying to pimp for money. He's trying to pimp for more money.
That's not how you do it. And also, just become Russia.
Listen, and here's the thing: you would think
just be
the
Russia
United
now.
States would figure out by now we're not good at installing government, installing puppet fucking leaders.
Yeah,
it did. I hate Saddam Hussein should have been our first fucking clue. Maybe we ought to stop having the CIA overthrow governments or causing coups and installing what we think is somebody in our side, because that's exactly what happened with fucking.
Or you even go a little further and you just
drunk,
and you just look at everything that goes on in the world and go, yeah, maybe this one's not us.
Yep. All right, there's enough about this bullshit. He's gonna fuck around and find out. Bottom line, fine. You want to be a dick? Do it yourself.
Just be Russia.
See how far fucking you get without our help. Bottom line, kids.
I mean, it's the Ukraine. What do you have to lose?
And fucking Canada keeps talking their shit. I'll send the redneck battalion up there too. Tell them there's free beer up there. All the Molsons you can fucking drink.
The whole Canada thing is just fucking stupid. It's not going to be the 51st state.
No, fuck no.
Nothing's going to happen.
But I love like Canada talks all fucking tough.
Oh yeah, they have nothing. They have no cards.
Who is it? Who was it? Tosh has got a fucking comedy bit about you got the greatest wall ever built called the United States. Nobody's gonna fuck with you.
Yeah.
And I did see a printout of a lot of our military compared to their military. It's fucking not even funny.
Or also, the one that also makes me giggle as I've seen it over time is the 51st state being Canada thing, funny, hilarious. And also the Gulf of America thing, hilarious. Like, I'm not picking a side politically, but some of these ideas look like they're pulled from the suggestion box in an elementary school cafeteria and given to the president. The Gulf of America, it's got a ring to it, and it doesn't. It doesn't. It sounds on par with Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah. But here's the thing, it was named back when Mexico was a little bit more of a power, and who gives a fuck?
It's a piece of water. We've gained the rights to a lot of dirty shrimp. Everyone rejoice. Long John Silver is on me.
Like, I could care less what they call it.
Just call it body of water at the bottom.
Just call it the Gulf. Problem solved.
Sell it to Volkswagen.
That's what they ought to do. Do like they do the stadiums.
Yeah, Volkswagen Golf.
Do licensing deals to big companies.
Yeah, if Pitbull can have a fucking community college or a D2 football stadium, Volkswagen can have a golf.
The Gulf, sponsored by Moderna. The Gulf of Moderna.
Pfizer.
The Gulf of Little Blue Pills. The Gulf of Hymns.
That's got a...
I got
Alpha Brain.
Gulf of the Lawnmower 2.0 or whatever they're at.
Blue Chew Golf.
Yeah. All right, let's get to this fucking topic before everybody says, fuck this, we're out of here.
An attachment of the Fauci Fjord. A giant piece of shit that nothing good comes from.
All right.
What's up with that motherfucker and slitting puppies' throats?
Fauci's a douche.
You heard about all that shit?
Yeah, I heard.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
All right, let me paint a picture for you, Phil.
We're getting into it.
You're like a 35-year-old newly single father.
35. I was a little...
Well, I don't think he had his kids full time, but you get the gist.
I know what it's like. I was a touch older than 35.
You're out. You're living life. You go out and you start online dating.
Banging the hose.
Not looking for anything serious, but, just looking to have fun. Let your hair down.
Going out and getting it wet.
Looking to live the male life of Shania Twain.
Ooh. She was bad in her day.
The chicks, when they were still Dixie. They seemed a lot more fun.
Yes, they did.
They killed Earl.
Because he had to die.
Yeah, I'll be honest, that's the only fucking Dixie Chick song I can remember. Or Chicks, whatever the fuck they're called now. Girls, ladies of the evening.
Ladies of the Chicks.
Ladies of the Chicks. Lady Chicks.
Okay.
Baby chickens. Chicken heads. 3 southern chicken heads boot, scoot, and boogieing their way out of fame. So yeah, 35-ish year old dad, single. Don't think he has full custody of his kids. That's kind of besides the point, but it's also not.
He's got some time.
You're meeting ladies.
I've been there.
He's an automotive mechanic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Women like a man with calluses.
But doesn't appear to be the dirty kind.
Ladies, tell me, would you rather have a white collar guy or a man maybe have
who looks like they do anything with their hands?
Right. Because them hands will grab you.
I don't know. I just know when I shake a guy's hand that like is just an office guy and doesn't do shit. I'm just like, ew.
You don't have that firm. Has that?
Not even that it's not firm. Just like when it's really soft and like you feels like it's just well moisturized.
Well, see, mine are calloused.
And you're just like, gross.
Mine are calloused, not from working necessarily.
Ow.
Mainly my right one.
It's from working your fucking pud.
There we go.
Mine are from, believe it or not, going to the gym.
No, but
and also work.
There is something to be said about a man that has went through. I'm assuming he went through a divorce.
Yes.
Or did his wife pass?
Recently divorced.
He was divorced. At
the time.
There is that period. It's nice. All responsibility is gone. Not all gone, but
fuck them kids.
Full time. I mean, I had a good fucking time after my divorce.
I ate so many Cheetos and watched so many NASCAR races.
I had a banging time, but it only lasted for a short 2 years. And then,
just a short 2 years.
Then reality set in. I said, "Oh shit, I'm going to die alone."
Still on the table.
Then,
relationship. Shut up.
Bad relationship after bad relationship.
It's the story of our lives as human beings in today's day and age, in this digital world that we live in.
I just need to find somebody to love me.
You were looking at the man in the mirror.
Yes.
All right, so this is the story of one Dave Kroupa.
Well, no wonder he was partying. With a name like that, you'd have to.
No relation to Gene, who nobody's going to know who that is.
I do not know.
Gene Kroupa was a phenomenal jazz and sometimes big band drummer from back in the good old swing days.
Wow.
He was fantastic.
Fantastic. I'm going to have to take your word on that.
He was a mechanic from Omaha, Nebraska. Again, newly single father. No commitment desired, just casual dating, just funsies. Just wanted to be a man on the town.
Wanting to get it in.
He wanted to be a man about town, like the guy from Old Greg. Yet another reference you won't get, and a lot of people won't get. But if you're awesome, you know what Old Greg is. So, in October of 2012, Dave meets through a dating app one Cari Farver.
You gotta watch these dating apps.
A 37-year-old mother and independent woman. Now, jump ahead a little bit.
Okay, we're jumping.
Because for some reason this is out of whack a bit. Before this, he had met Liz Golyar. Same way, they had met on a dating site. She was 41 years old. She quickly showed that she had more interest in the relationship going further than Dave did. She wanted to be exclusive with David, and he did not want that. And
selfish bastard.
Yeah, she would hang out there, do stuff that you do when you're dating and stuff.
So this made it to past the app.
Yes, they met in real life.
They met in real life. Okay.
Yes. So they had sexy times.
So he was trying to hit it and quit it.
I wouldn't even say he was trying to quit it. He just wasn't trying to be tied down.
I get it. I get it.
So, they made sexy times. They did fun things. They played hide the teacup in the blanket. They said they did, did some role play.
Sweet.
Some stuff like that. They're like, hey, I have candy in this van. And she said, my mom told me not to talk to strangers. And he said, Get in here, bitch.
No, he said, "Hi, my name's Dave. We're not a stranger anymore."
Yes. He's like, do you want to see my penis now? You know, how Harry met Sally. How boys and girls elope into love.
Is that how it works?
Hey, do you want some candy that might have poison or drugs in it? No, stranger person. Hi, this is my name. Are we strangers now? Yes. Here's my wiener. It's a classic story.
That's a love story right there.
Yes. So he met her first, and then after a while, he met Cari Farver. So him and Carrie hit it off. She's an independent woman, single mom, got a young lad under her belt, figuratively. And they're having a good time. They're partying it up. They're going out drinking. They're it's Nebraska, so I'm assuming they're like line dancing or doing some lame shit.
Shucking corn.
Yeah, doing something fucking stupid. Whatever they do in Omaha, Nebraska.
Playing hide the corn cob.
They watch their two good sports teams that are both at the same university. They're doing the do. He gave her the drug candy, showed her his wiener. Love.
Love for the ages.
Not love, though, because we don't want to be in love.
No.
So, this is kind of weird.
Hey, they're your notes.
I know, because they're just kind of guidelines. Because this is a Handmaid's Tale, but less depressing and less sexual assaulty. I don't know if you've ever seen Handmaid's Tale.
I started to watch it.
It's fucking dark, dude.
I might be in season 2 or something.
And that's coming from me. That show is fucking dark. Holy fuck. Once I realized what was going on, I was like, no.
I do have a problem watching. Yes,
it is. That's exactly what it is.
Raping, but watching that, what aggravated.
It's worse. I would argue that is worse.
Watching that, I felt uncomfortable when during a sex scene in a show or a movie, I'm not supposed to feel uncomfortable.
My whole thing is,
I want to be there taking notes.
This is a real fucked up take on this. But at least if I don't want to say at least, when you are sexually assaulted or graped, if you will, at least the person doing it is there to and wants to be doing that to you. Wherein you take this situation and you go, oh, it's going to happen to you, but they're going to think it's someone else.
I think my issue is watching it. It's uncomfortable knowing what's going. Listen, I'd rather not have sex than have sex with a woman that's not into it.
Good answer.
You know what I'm saying?
I would hope that would be your response to that scenario.
I would think there should be some equal effort, enthusiasm.
Consent.
Well, no, even
yes, there should definitely fucking be consent.
No, I'm talking consent.
We're not doing the drug candy.
You already have consent, but you've probably had a few that aren't that enthusiastic about sex. Correct? That you have consent and not they're just kind of If they're fucking balancing their checkbook while you're having sex with them, it's but that's uncomfortable. Have you ever started having sex with somebody who wasn't that into it, and they're just doing it because to get you off their back? I
feel like we've all been there.
That's
on both ends of the spectrum.
Stupid to me. That's ignorant. I'd rather not do it.
It can be a vibe killer.
Yeah. I mean, I think there should be mutual enthusiasm, if you will.
But again, at least in that scenario, it's like, at least I'm glad that it's you. And in this one, they're like, I can't see what's going. It's like being in a movie theater when somebody won't sit down, or like a concert, and you're like, move, I can't fucking.
But that's even awkward. So you throw in Handmaid's Tale, that is super. I don't even want to watch it.
It is uncomfortable.
I mean, I think it's an interesting story, but it's a little.
It's one of those things. It's like you can make the argument that it's too graphic and it like makes you feel perturbed and down and that it's dark, but at the same time you would take away from the story of the person whose story is being told if you didn't show it.
Right. I get it. It just makes me uncomfortable. Like I said, last thing I'll say about it, my sex scenes in my movies and TV shows, I don't want to feel awkward. I want the tide to rise a little if nobody's home.
So you're not like how'd you feel about the movie Bowfinger?
I've never seen Bowfinger.
The Eddie Murphy movie?
Never seen it.
Where he's like a super nerd porn star? Or he works for a porn... I can't... It's been so long since I watched it.
But even like grape scenes in movies, I don't even get that. I get more uncomfortable watching The Handmaid's Tale than I would in a grape scene.
Either way, I find it uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable, but this is just kind of a weird...
The societal norm sprinkled on top does make it a little weird.
Yeah, it's just weird. Anyway, okay, continue with Dave and his bag of mini hoes.
Okay, so he's doing dirty, fun things with Liz Golyar. She's getting a little too, hey, I love you. Be my man.
She wants to be exclusive.
Yeah.
She wants to get old Dave in the boat.
So he tries to like distance himself a little bit from that. That's fair.
Right.
That's fair. She might be a little hurt because, she was expecting something different, whether it was laid down or not. That happens. People catch feelings and shit like that. So then he meets this Cari Farver. Can I get a large Farver?
Yes, you may.
So they start, hitting shindigs and, drinking pineapple upside downs and touching, going butt to butt with each other as the Lord intended.
Bumping uglies.
Yeah, for the most part. Well, she was okay. So this goes on, and there's an evening where Dave takes Cari back to his place for maybe a nightcap, a little one for the road.
You want to get out of here, kind of thing.
A little 2-nickel pickle tickle.
They're gonna hit it.
Little knocking boots. Stupidest fucking
the
term.
90s called they want their shit back.
Stupidest term for sexual intercourse of all time. Little horizontal mambo. Little stinky pinky.
You've been in some wrong shit.
I'm telling their story.
Oh, okay.
So they go back and they're hanging out, and then he gets a phone call from Liz.
Oh.
Liz left something at his house.
Uh-oh.
She says, "I'm here to get my shit, motherfucker. Don't make me call my brother." So he goes, "Fuck. This is going to be weird. How do I handle this one?" Hide in the closet. No. He, I guess, is up
Nobody
front.
likes a closet.
He is up front with Cari. And he kind of tells her what's going on. And she goes, "Oh, maybe I should just go."
Smart girl.
And he goes, "Yeah, probably. Get out, bitch.
Go out the back.
I'll call you when I'm done with this one." Probably didn't go that way. It didn't go that way. You know how it did go? So he walks Cari out, and who's there ready to come retrieve her things is Liz. So they have to walk of shames past Liz, basically, and they make a little eye contact, some sassy bitch attitude, getting thrown back and forth, some not my man, you nasty heifer, snatch your nappy weave out your motherfucking head, all that good shit.
Okay.
So that happens. After that, Dave starts receiving some text messages and phone calls from Liz. Or from Cari.
Oh, okay. The one he actually somewhat likes.
Yes. Like, Cari says, yo, I want to be with you. Yeah. This was after he the lead up to that is uneventful. She stayed at his house. He went to work. She was gone when he came home, which was normal for them.
So Cari now is starting to catch feelings.
Yes. So,
oh boy,
normal thing. He left for work. She was gone when he came home. That was normal. He lived like a couple blocks from where she worked. So she was over there pretty regularly. It was a very easy scenario for them. So that happens. And then shortly after that, he receives a text from Cari saying, I want to, like, basically saying she wants to move in with him.
Oh,
yeah.
Pump the brakes, baby. Pump the brakes.
Yeah. He's like, are you kidding me? Where am I going to put my He-Man action figures?
Is she hot?
She wasn't a bad looking young lady.
Is Dave a good looking guy?
I mean,
on a scale, average or slightly above average. Not a hideous, but not a smoke show.
He didn't look like a dead octopus got like curb stomped into a bag of assholes.
Okay. All right.
Like either of us.
Hey. I used to be a damn good looking guy, but Father Time is undefeated. So yeah, that happens. And it's like it's a very big 180. They were both in agreement. Like, I'm not looking for serious, like, tie me up, boy, but don't you tie me down type shit. Looking to have a little fun. Yeah, they weren't trying to, casual dating. I don't know, maybe there could be a title put on it, but, it was pretty agreed upon, like, yo, I'm not trying to get into nothing too serious here. Nope. I'm not looking for an old lady. I don't need a Martha to my George right now. So when he gets this text about moving in together, he's like, whoa, fuck did you just say? Yeah. Slow your roll. It's getting weird. She does not receive that well. When he says, nah, fam, not my thing, gonna have to turn that down. She goes, suck my dick. I love a woman that says suck my dick. You fucking shrimp dick, nappy headed, bald spot having fucking weird birthmark on your left butt cheek twat waffle. It's right. That's okay. You will do as I say. That's not really what she said. She just got mad. Okay. So when she gets mad, she starts texting him. When she starts texting him, those texts start turning angry. And then those texts start turning to the frequency and the maliciousness that it becomes harassment. We're talking texts, phone calls. She's texting Dave, whatever. She's harassing him, calling him a piece of shit, calling him a man hooker, telling him his wiener's small, telling him his semen smells weird, all this good stuff, telling him his butt's too hairy. It rolls over to Liz. Liz is now being harassed by this Cari Farver. Oh, so Cari's a psycho. Yes. There's going to be a rabbit. She's calling Liz a whore. She's fucking threatening her. She's like, what happens when I slit her fucking throat? That type of shit. Yeah. True love. Glenn Close type shit. You can paint this however you want. Cari was in love. I'm telling you what, Cari, I bet, is a freak in the sack. You would think. The crazier... Either that or just straight dead fish. They're either 10 or 0. They're either super crazy and a wildcat in the sack, or they are nothing. Yeah, so... And I'm going out on a limb and say Cari was probably a freaky deaky. So, and mind you, this whole scope of what we're going to talk about is like a 4-year thing. Over the Jesus Christ. Yeah, over the course of this. Not right now. We're still early on. So, that keeps happening. Liz is getting fucking threatened. He's getting threatened. She's talking a bunch of shit. She's popping off at the mouth, talking all that good shit, as they say. So this
all happens, and Cari disappears.
She goes AWOL?
Yeah. She went like Tug Speedman in what's that fucking movie? I'm the dude playing the dude disguised as another dude with Robert Downey Jr. as Black Tropic Thunder. Yeah, she Tug Speedman away into the forest. She just disappeared on her own. And she was like, "This is a suicide mission, and I'm the only one that takes it on."
Huh.
So she disappears, leaves her fucking kid behind. Like, yeah.
I see.
Yeah, she just fucking dips. She's just gone. Like I said, she never came home to see her son Max. Her mom reported her missing.
I think I dated this woman one time.
Haven't we all? Her mom reported her missing, but nothing really came of it. They were just like, "Oh, people do this stuff." Sometimes you just gotta run away, Mom. Sometimes your child is a child of the road. She needs to sow her wild oats. She needs to free bird. She needs a Jenny, if you will, from Forrest Gump.
Right.
She needs to go do a bunch of heroin and get AIDS.
Well, I'm sure Dave was saying good riddance.
Well,
so far,
you would think that.
So far,
but she's still texting.
Oh, for the love of God, these kids and their texting.
Yes. She says, I done RUNNOFT. I run off. That was another good movie reference. I don't know if anybody picked up on it. Oh, brother, where art thou?
I didn't like that movie, actually.
When they break out, I mean, it's just fucking, what is it, the Odyssey? It's just a Homer's Odyssey.
Yeah.
But yeah, when they broke out, and he was like, they went to the guy's family's house. He was like, "Where's your pa? Or where's your ma?" And she said, "Pa said ma RUNNOFT." And I was like, what? You're really painting a good picture for the South back in the day. Didn't need help looking shitty. Already had a pretty bad image, if you think about it.
Yes.
Talked about it last week. What was it, 1971, when Alabama got their first black football player? South had a pretty bad look there for a while. Was it deserved? Yes, it was.
Yes.
Is there good fucking barbecue?
Absolutely.
Yes, there is. So, over the next... This stalking just continued. It's stalking. It graduates. This continued for 4 years, as I said. Dave and Liz, relentless harassment, thousands upon thousands of texts, emails, messages, everything you can imagine. Like thousands upon thousands for both of them.
Now, are Liz and Dave back to being...
No.
They're not even together.
They're together in the turmoil of what they're dealing with. That's pretty much the extent of it.
They're just not...
I didn't find any evidence of that, but one could safely assume that there was penile to vaginal contact.
Because a dude ain't going to stick around for 4 years.
I don't know if penile is the right word. Penile.
A dude's not going to stick around for 4 years.
Well, I mean, like, they lived close-ish to each other. You know what I mean? Like, they were in probably the same area code. He kept all his hoes in one area code.
I like it.
He did not follow, I don't remember who, Nate Dogg, I think it was. I got hoes. I got hoes. Oh, no, excuse me, actual song it was, but I think Nate Dogg did the hook. R.I.P. Nate Dogg. Dave's apartment gets broken into and vandalized.
That's just being a bitch.
His car gets spray painted with messages like whore and I'm watching you.
Oh, so this hooker has seen Fast Times at Ridgemont.
Liz's car got keyed. That's always good, you know. Tried fucking getting Geico to back you on that one.
I tell you what. Oh, hold on. Cramp.
Don't touch anything.
Getting a cramp.
When was the last time you had water?
I've been drinking a lot of water here lately.
I have too.
Hey,
my hydration is on point.
Hey, I'm heading back to the gym.
Neither of us are drinking water.
I'm still on diet. I have not had...
I know. I love how you were like, I'm having one diet soda a day, and the next time I saw one in the living room, it was a fucking liter. I was like, that doesn't count.
No, I'm not.
It's one vessel.
I'm not doing the good shit anymore.
Not doing the.
You know what I found is actually pretty good? We're going to sidebar here. If you don't like it, fuck
Come.
off. No. Never had it.
I don't believe that for a second. You never did.
No.
Like a kitten
Coke
drinking out of the
Zero
water.
Fountain Coke Zero is actually.
I like Coke Zero.
I'm not a big fan in the bottle or can, but Fountain, quite delicious.
I like it. I've gotten to the point where I've drank like diet and shit like that long enough that like regular soda is like too sugary.
No, don't get
It
me
makes
wrong.
my teeth feel like they're like fuzzy.
I would still cut your nuts off for a Code Red right now.
Ugh. Code Red's not that good. Code Red's good like once every
Bite
7
your
years.
fucking tongue.
It's good like once every 7 years.
That is blasphemous. Code Red is heroin.
The only way. That's very West Virginia of you. You're like, I've matured my way out of Mountain Dew, and I'm now on to Code Rojo.
Code Red is the liquid of the gods.
I'm not saying it's bad, but it's not like there's so much sugar in every Mountain Dew product. It's through the roof, and it tastes like it is.
And I have not had. I take that back. I did have one.
You cheating.
Well, because you
mainlined it, didn't you?
No, because
you sat upside down and you put it straight in your butt.
At work on break, when the truck comes, he's got.
That son of the roach coach got you. Is that racist?
I don't know. I don't think so. But the how you tell is the cap on diet is lighter, as a lighter green. The regular is a darker green, and I guess it was shaded just right. And I grabbed.
Right.
And I was like, fuck.
Blame it on how white of you, Phil?
But don't
blame it on the colors.
Don't get me wrong. I drank the motherfucker. I almost went. That's like,
if it wasn't because of colors, nothing bad would have happened. That's what you just said.
Well, that's the only difference.
What were you doing on January 6th a few years ago?
I was not anywhere near Washington. I've never been to Washington, D.C.
I've been to Washington, D.C. I don't feel like I would ever feel the need to storm the fucking Capitol. I looked at it from the fucking street and I was like, yep, pretty much got what I need from that. Let's move on. Let's go to the fucking Smithsonian, which isn't in Washington, D.C.
All right. Continue with Dave. This love triangle gone awry.
So he's getting his car fucked up. She's getting her car fucked up. Thousands of messages. Whore, fuck you. You son of a bitch. I'll get you. She basically turned into the Wicked Witch of the West.
I mean, this bitch needs to get laid.
She needs she needs more than that. She needs a lobotomy.
Apparently, Dave's got to get a reaction like this out of
Either
him.
that or he's got a really fucking, like a really cool G.I. Joe collection.
I doubt that. Nobody has a really cool G.I. Joe collection.
They're just
laid.
banging in the middle of the one room that never gets opened in the middle of like a giant train set. He's got the conductor hat on. I'm about to cross your railroad.
Nice. Okay, continue.
So,
Whore.
Liz's house, Dave gets a phone call or a text message. Liz's house is actively burning to the ground.
Oh, this bitch went full psycho.
Nobody in the house.
Thank God.
No humans. She did lose her pets.
Oh.
Her cats and dogs and her snake.
Well, I feel sorry for the dog's death. Cats don't give a fuck.
I don't want anything to burn to death. If you're gonna kill them, choose something a little better than burning alive.
Cats don't care.
So yeah, her house burns down.
Bitch.
Yeah. They both think that Carrie's behind this, which, that would read, considering that you've been called a whore and your car's been keyed and
think
your
the motive is there.
I think your tires might have been slashed at some point. Like, pretty much you just check off the list of like anything Medea would do to somebody is what happened to them.
Did she carve her name in his leather seats?
I think she did carve up his seats.
So
I think
Carrie is obviously,
or it might have been like his couch because she broke into his house too.
Carrie was obviously a Carrie Underwood fan.
This might have been the scenario.
Just spelled different.
She dug her name into the side of his pretty little souped up 4-wheel drive. This is a song. I hate that fucking song. I heard that song so much in like a year period when it came out. And every time that I heard somebody singing it at the top of their lungs, I'm like, you're the last person that should be fucking listening to this song. What are you talking about? We'll leave it at that. Your husband's a retired cop. Fill in those blanks. Don't forget the bottle of Jameson on the way home. So, again, they both think Cari did it, which I think is a fair assumption. Is it a guarantee? No. But for it to be maybe not even in the back of your mind, but right in the middle. Maybe not the forefront, but right in the middle. I'll allow it.
I mean, that's not that thin of a limb to be out on.
No, I would not say so at all. So this goes on. Again, this whole time, there's thousands of emails, they're coming from different places. She's making, there's new numbers popping up because obviously people are blocking numbers when they're getting called whore regularly.
I would as well.
Fair. No one needs that type of negativity in their life.
No.
At least throw on like a nice adjective. Like, you sparkling whore. Then I might be like, stop. Oh, speaking of random thought of the day earlier today. Why come every poo-poo time is pee-pee time, but not every pee-pee time is poo-poo time? Funny.
One of life's many mysteries.
Funny, but if you really think about it, completely accurate. I dropped that on one of my coworkers, and she's like 19, and she like laughed, and then she was like I saw her face, and I was like, yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, you don't have an HR department, because I believe that's sexual harassment.
These are just the things that you need to figure out. If somebody answered this question, they would get the Nobel Peace Prize.
I will look into it.
Like, I brought back an entire population of extinct tribes in the Amazon and in the Serengeti. Fuck you. This guy figured out why you pee when you poop. You lose. Loser. Do something that matters with your life. You're basically the scientific version of the pretty girls that go, if I had one wish in the whole world, I would wish for world peace. Fuck you, Miss Universe. Go fuck yourself. Nobody gives a shit. Everybody's like, and Miss Guatemala wins this year. She's so lovely. Yeah, she's lovely, and the money that it took to make her look that good has just impoverished the rest of her fucking country. Her and 2 politicians are living good, and the rest of the country is just like, fuck you. They're just in squalor. She's like, this is my 2-bedroom apartment. It's very nice. It has a 1.5 bedroom. And then everybody else is like, what is bathroom? I don't know why they turned like fucking Eastern European.
I don't know.
That's how ghetto they are. They live so impoverished that they're no longer Hispanic. They're Eastern European.
I'm going to take your word for it.
They're Polish Jews.
Okay.
They're like, I don't know what is alphabet. And then you give them the soup, and it's just a cruel game.
I think I'm going to have to get me... If this is going to continue on much longer, I'm going to go get me some more Fireball.
That is an interesting thought, though. Give an illiterate person alphabet soup. They're like, what kind of Cheerios are these? Just eat them, Donnie, and shut the fuck up. So the house burns down again. Obviously, you would at least have the fleeting thought that it was her. With all the shit going on.
Absolutely.
I don't blame him at all for having this thought process. So throughout all this, Cari's been missing. She never showed back up.
But she's still texting like a mom.
And she's still like randomly, kind of sporadically in contact with her mom and shit like that. Like I saw somewhere her son, who I think was in high school or junior high or some shit at this time, like reached out to her on Facebook and had a very... Of
course she had a Facebook account.
Well, this was, 2012. Yeah.
2015-ish. 16, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it still reads. But like wasn't much of a conversation, very weird conversation, according to this young lad. Didn't see an official report of an interview with him, but I'm just going to assume that, you know, when has a journalist ever lied? Especially
Never.
on the internet.
Never.
Not once. You can trust everything they say all the time. So this stuff starts to, you know, with everything going on and some of the behaviors being shown through text message and messaging, Carrie's mom never felt good about this whole thing. Like, she could never wrap her head around the fact that Cari had just left. I guess she was a good, devoted mom. She was a hard worker. You know, she was one of those blue collar bitches.
Well, but she got a hold of David's horse dragon.
She was like,
it made her crazy.
She was the suburban version of that one chick from Life Below Zero that lives by herself, real weird. She talks about hunting shit all the time.
Oh, the one that lived up
Like, yeah, the one that had like the supply post.
Yeah.
And she was like, if you don't hunt them, they're gonna hunt you. I'm not drunk, you're drunk. Fuck you, cameraman. I imagine that's how the behind the scenes goes on that particular
You
show.
look like a good time, though. I will say that.
Yeah, if you like getting pegged.
Well, you know, who
That
knows?
lady has a bigger dick than both of us combined.
But it's strapped on.
I don't even know. I think she might have just been up there by herself, so masculine for so long that like she just chinaed it. And her fucking clitoris just slowly started to morph into a dick, like a hyena. Or like a human. That's how it happens.
Okay, I'm going to take your word for it.
We start female
I believe
in the womb. It's true. Our penises are clits.
I'm well aware.
Clitorises are penises and penises are clitorises. We're all the same. Everybody love each other. One bathroom. That's what I say.
Oh, for the love of God.
So, with all this going on, and then this shit starts to come, and mind you, this is going on in the best named county in this country, Pottawatomie County. Yeah, because it gets to the point like David moves because of all this, Liz moves because of all this. It gets to the point where David's, the mother of his children, she starts receiving messages. She starts getting like low key, like being told stuff like, I wish I could make you go away. Like talking about how like, I know that you're fucking David again. Blah, 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 blah. Like going after the wife of his kids or the mother of his. Whoa. Whoa. That took a left turn. That'd be a way better story.
That's some straight Indiana shit right there.
That'd be a way better story if it was like, so the 12-year-old had a 52-year-old wife. She was a fucking bitch too. So, like all the way to the point where I saw his wife talking about, or ex-wife, talking about going to the park one day and getting messages from assumingly Cari.
Yeah.
Literally being like, Johnny's on the swing.
Oh.
Elizabeth's fell off the monkey bar. You know, whatever. Like, literally accurately telling her what's going on while they're at the park in real time. Which, that's not good.
No, that's psycho.
That's a bad look. And by this time, he had gotten a gun, just in case. You know, the whole, it was in the closet where the children couldn't reach it. No, fuck that.
That motherfucker's
I'm keeping that thing on me.
That son of a bitch sitting right next to me on the couch.
I just get sitting next to me on the couch. I'm keeping an emergency Derringer in my fucking butt crack. Just in case. You ain't searching there?
No, nobody's touching you.
Not very many home invaders are going, let me check your cheeks. Knew it.
Cari probably would.
I knew there'd be a little pew pew in there. Knew there'd be a little pew pew in your pew pew. Give me that thing.
Boy, how long you been sitting on that?
I haven't. The gun or that joke?
Both.
So yeah, it got to the point where like police that were involved even told him, they were like, I'm not telling you what to do, but divorced or not, if I was you, I would do everything in my power to protect my family. And like his plan was like, I'm gonna quote unquote move back in with my ex-wife and my kids. And I'm gonna bring my old pew pew
and
both my handgun and my butt gun, and I'm gonna fucking make sure everything happens. Like the wife did an interview. She was talking about how she like found their son sleeping on the couch with a baseball bat and like woke him up, and he was like, I'm gonna protect us. And I was like, that's a good boy. That's a good boy. You get him a Red Ryder BB gun. I don't give a fuck if he shoots his eye out. He'll look way cooler with the fucking eye patch. But all jokes aside, that's terrible. For your kid to have to live like that?
Yeah.
Like that's atrocious. I don't even have kids, and I would kill a bitch over that. So, I scrolled up too far. So, throughout, again, while all this is going on, Cari's mom never really bought the whole thing. Not whether or not this was going on with these people, because like obviously the cops are going to her and being like, where's your bitch daughter? She's doing fuck shit. We need to speak to her.
Was this my little princess could never do this?
No.
Okay.
No. She was, I don't fucking know, because she didn't know. But she was always open about the fact that she doesn't think that Cari just up and left. So that comes up, and then over a course of a period of time, fuck, I thought I had the names of the detectives.
I thought you did. I thought I saw them.
Did I?
Go up to
Oh, yes. You get so Detective Jim Doty and fuck, I don't have the other guy's name. There was another detective or cop that like was Jim Doty's like
partner,
ones and twos, that he started looking into this, and he was like, I think that Cari's mom is right. And he dug up the file and he brought it to his superiors. And I would like to imagine that he was like, I want to reopen this case because something's weird. Something's not right here.
Right.
And I would like to think that it went something along the lines of like, because this guy, his partner even described him as the most metro cowboy he'd ever seen. And I'm talking like this guy had the handlebar mustache and like wore like loud fucking button down shirts and cowboy hats and shit like that.
Yeah.
So I would imagine that these two are like the fucking Rocky and Bullwinkle of the Potawatomi Sheriff's Department, like Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg, kind of. So I would imagine that this guy walked in looking like an off-duty circus or rodeo clown, and was like, "Cap, I'm gonna find me a fucking a collar." And then he said, and I would assume, "What are you doing? Are you going to get more alcohol?" So I would assume, in my mind, he walked in and did this, and the captain was like already like, you know, drinking Pepto with his coffee because he's hungover the night before, and he's like, Jim, if you will get the fuck out of my office and leave me alone, you can do whatever your stupid little fucking face desires with this case. Just please stop talking to me and get the fuck out of my office. He kind of looked like that kind of guy.
I'm back.
So these two take over.
Help yourself.
I'm good. That shit's disgusting. It is. It is not even real Fireball. It's gas station Fireball.
That's why you have to drink more, jackass.
Yeah, might as well just go unplug the fucking radiator hoses from my car and drink that. It's basically the same thing.
Then you'll overheat.
Wouldn't it be the opposite?
If you drain the antifreeze out of your fucking car,
not while it's running,
your car will overheat.
Oh, the car. I thought you meant me. I was like, wait, what?
Continue with this fascinating story of this psycho bitch.
So they start looking into it, and it seems like almost immediately these detectives start finding things that would lead one to believe there may be foul play afoot, or perhaps that just the story in general just isn't adding up. Like, one of the potential explanations for the behavior that Cari started exhibiting is she was diagnosed as, I think, bipolar and with depression, but she was on meds and she did take her meds.
Are we sure about the taking?
Like, she was a good mom and shit before all this. So when they went back to, they were looking at crime scene photos, they're bringing back up the whole old file. They notice her medication is still there. Still lids on it, wasn't taken with her. There's still like a jacket thrown over the back of the chair in the dining room.
And this her closet. Like years later.
Yeah. They're looking at crime scene photos.
Oh, okay.
Her clothes are still in the closet. Like, it didn't look like she packed up to go anywhere. It looked like she just fucking disappeared.
So I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm getting another fucker.
No, you need more water. You need to eat a banana.
I don't like bananas.
They'd work though.
I hate bananas.
Get a good multivitamin.
I take a multivitamin every day.
Get a better one. Take more.
Because I'm old. Falling apart, it seems.
I'm not even that old.
And I had a very good fucking point, but you distracted me. Now I lost it, so continue.
Cari might not have just disappeared.
That's it. I'm going to go out on them. Somebody off this bitch, didn't they?
Or did they?
Or did she even exist?
Any's ways. This is where steps in. I mean, you could call him Detective Anthony Cava.
Cava?
I don't know if he's actually a detective. He was like a volunteer for the Potawatomi Sheriff's Department. He was an IT guy and a volunteer deputy. So he comes in and he starts looking at, there's clearly a digital footprint for this scenario. A lot of text messages, a lot of emails, phone calls from exchanging numbers. Not even, you know what I mean? Like Google numbers, shit like that.
Yes.
That was a thing. So he starts looking at it and he's like thousands. He's like, I'm talking like I want to say there's like 10 or 20,000 or some shit like that. Or maybe even hundreds of thousands, like, of different individual IP addresses that he tracked this back to. All of these messages and shit that they received. So this fucking nerd, he goes in and he decides that he is going to the fuck.
You just go on with your story.
Where are you going now?
I'm not going anywhere.
I'll just kick that thing somewhere. So this fucking nerd, he decides, oh, I need a software to do something for me. I'm going to write it. He coded a software to help with this case. It's the fucking wire for that thing.
That's why I'm stuck.
So he coded this software that would basically track its way through all the pages upon pages of physical or of technological evidence, if you will. I don't know the fucking word for that shit. Digital evidence, and like break down IP addresses, and then he could go in and ask it things about these IP addresses. So again, they're already kind of thinking something's afoot. This fucking nerd face comes in and starts doing some Revenge of the Nerd shit. So he takes this and he inputs every IP address of the tens of thousands that appear in this case into this program. And he says, my verbiage is not going to be perfectly correct because I'm not this kind of a nerd. He basically asks it, how many, like, show me like unique IP addresses.
Oh.
So he gets down to like 13,000.
I think that's proper terminology you just used.
And then he goes to like, show me, he then refines the search again, gets him down to like a few hundred or a few thousand. Mm-hmm. And then he keeps refining the search until he basically was like, okay, out of that list, show me the most used IP addresses from this case. And I'm talking like there was like McDonald's Wi-Fi IP addresses and shit being used.
Well, who hasn't?
So it comes down to, I think it was 2 or 3 that were a VPN services. You can't do shit with that.
Right.
They're literally made for that purpose. And then one they found, which was the most used, I believe, they ended up tracking. And that IP address traced back to one Todd Butterball.
Oh, fuck this guy.
Todd Butterball is not only an employee of the Potawatomi Sheriff's Department, the man who did all of this digital forensics is his boss. So they get a search warrant. Yeah.
Is this guy stupid?
So they get a search warrant for Todd Butterball's house. He looked stupid. I saw his picture. He looked like his name's Todd Butterball, and as that name tells you, he didn't look very smart. He looked like if you took Augustus Gloop from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and like naturalized him into the United States and made him an IT guy, that's what you would get.
Nice.
Yeah. So they get a search warrant for Todd Butterball's house. They come, kicking in, police search warrant, put your fat fucking hands in the air, you roly-poly bitch, all that kind of shit. And so he's like, the fuck did I do? I ain't done nothing. Y'all are my friends. So they start interviewing Todd Butterball. And they're like, okay, Todd, you're denying all this. You're not really showing too much evidence of knowing, because they had to, it was a whole thing. They had to hide that they knew all this because he's an IT guy for the sheriff's department. So he has access to everything. So they had to make their own little fucking server and shit to have all this information on so that he couldn't see it. And get tipped off.
Nerds listening to us with
the guy, like I said, the one guy literally made the program to find these IP addresses and narrow it down. He wrote it himself.
This guy didn't get
100111000111100 space asterisk 00 all that shit.
Thought the computer crashed again.
I know, right? So did I. So they start interrogating and questioning Mr. Butterball. And they're like, all right, Todd, you seem like you're shooting us straight. First off, you've earned your Reese's cup. Here you go, fatty. And then they're like, Todd, does anybody live with you? Is there anybody that has access to your Wi-Fi password? Is there anybody else that could be doing this? And Todd says, well, I've had an on again and off again girlfriend that has lived with me here spontaneously. Oh. They go, no shit, Todd. What's her name? Well, her name was Liz Golyar.
Wait a minute. Okay.
Yeah.
The same Liz.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Well, fuck me in the ass and call me stupid. I did not see this.
I ain't got to call you stupid.
So Liz was tapping Dave.
Yep.
And fucking Butterball.
Well, Butterball. I didn't even think about that. I don't know about the crossing over of the whoopee. That I don't know. Yes.
What is this? The love connection?
I don't know if she was getting double dick treatment.
Double dick down. Great flavor of ice cream.
Ben and Jerry's brand new flavor, double dicker down. Tastes like licorice and salt. So yeah. That person has stayed at his house, used that internet, and had access to that internet.
So Liz was pretending to be Cari.
Yes.
Burned down her own fucking house?
Which I found out later she had just been evicted from.
Oh.
She said, fuck them cats.
Now I'm curious. Now you have my attention.
She said, fuck them cats and dogs. She said, I've been fucking 2 guys. My pussy's burning right now, so now yours will too.
Okay, now I'm curious. Now I want to see where this story's going.
I know, right? It's a mind fuck. Like I said, even though you're hearing the story, you should still watch the documentary, because the documentary has like actual like Dave in it telling his own story and like the actual detectives and shit. I watched this and I was like, this is an episode. Like, I was like, fuck me. So, sorry. Again, so they find out that Butterball has been butterballing Liz Golyar.
I have a question though, real quick, before you get started. Okay, Butterball was on and off again with Liz.
Yes.
He works for the IT of the show. He's involved in the investigation.
Like I said, no.
But he has access.
By the time they realize this, because the guy, like I said, the guy wrote the program to do this
so he wasn't
work. So this was like his baby. This dude could have gotten his hands on it because it was on the server.
I mean,
but once they got this information, they kind of they detached all of their information away from the sheriff's department server.
Well, before they got all this information, I'm sure her name had popped or been floating around the sheriff's station.
Unless he was just stupid enough that she was telling him what was going on and he was like, oh my God, that's terrible.
I would think he would have heard her name and maybe, I don't know, just maybe, call me fucking crazy, would have put 2 and 2 together and say, wait, I think I know a woman.
You should see this guy.
Okay.
He looks like King Kong Bundy if he was a beta.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is he rotund?
His name's Butterball.
Well, okay. That doesn't...
He was fucked from Jump Street. They said, your name shall be Todd Butterball. You are fat. Congratulations. Congratulations, man. You've got a future fat baby. Kind of fat already, for being honest.
All right, okay.
He's going to keep being fat because I saw you drinking all that Mountain Dew in the waiting room, and that's going straight through your titties. Yes. So some of these emails were even tracked so far that they were pinged as coming from Liz's home or workplace. Once they dove deeper into this. So with a search warrant, detective sees Liz's phone, her tablet, her laptop, and digital forensics uncovers draft emails from quote unquote Cari that were never sent, just saved on Liz's devices. So, yeah.
She had them in the chamber ready to pull.
Yeah. A fake quote unquote confession email from Cari admitting that she ran away, and photos stolen from Cari's social media used for fake profiles.
Liz did her homework. Okay.
Yeah. Oh. Fuck.
Oh.
Too late for this technically because we've already figured this out. But while all this was going on, there was also another time David moved throughout all this, changed his number and shit, and then after a while it was like a fucking idiot was like, well, I guess I'll give online dating a try again. And he ends up talking with this girl, and then like she's like, oh yeah, we can have a date. We can meet at this place and have some drinks, and we'll talk about how much I'm not going to give you any pussy that night, even though I'm going to. And he goes and he's sitting there to the point that the waiter was even like, getting stood up, huh? And he's like, I fucking hope not. Hard as a rock, I took a blue chew. And then like he gets a message from it's like, oh sorry, I'm coming, I'm running late. And then eventually gets a message, he's like, this is Cari, I'm watching you. And he's like, oh no. Yeah, like it even went past like tertiary profiles, if you will.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm like, god damn, like, how much fucking time do you have to dedicate to finding this dude?
Liz is the good lay, apparently.
Jesus, criminy. So they discover something.
Oh, what did they discover, Travis?
Detective Kava recovers deleted photos from Liz's tablet. This would become key evidence. One of the photos that was deleted, because, you know, as if you're fucking stupid and you don't know this, stuff just doesn't disappear.
Oh, it's always on there.
Yeah, once it's digital, they can get it.
Let's just say somebody's gonna have
All
a
your
day with my shit.
Dick pics and all your fucking twat shots and all your butthole spreading is on the fucking somewhere in the
ether.
Yes. And they'll find it. Especially, I love people that are like, Snapchat disappeared. I mean, you know how many fucking people have been caught in criminal cases on fucking Snapchat? It goes away after 24 hours or it goes away instant. No, it doesn't.
It's always there.
They literally have used Snapchat to fucking catch people like 2 years later. You idiots. It's a kapooper. So, one of this photo that would become damning evidence really had a portion of something that looked very strange, and the detectives looked at it and they're like, I'm pretty sure that's a human foot.
As in severed? Or just...
I don't think so,
or
but possibly.
Just zoomed in human foot.
But on the foot was a tattoo.
Oh.
A tattoo that they later confirmed was identical to a tattoo that Cari had on her foot.
Oh.
Confirmation, Cari was fucking offed. She didn't RUN an OFT, she got 86th. They fucking Bruce Willis the fuck out of her.
She fucked around and found out.
Yeah. That bitch dead. No, sorry. I should have said that. She unfortunately met her demise.
Bitch is dead.
Fuck them. Now, they went back and re-examined some physical evidence, including Liz's old Ford Explorer. Mm-hmm. There was a little bit going on with this, because Liz is like, bitch, I ain't never met that hoe, that dirty heifer. None of that shit. But they're like, there's a picture of her and your car's behind her. What are you talking about? She's like, she's never been in my car. She never touched it. And they're like, yeah, she has. You're stupid. Even though I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure this was actually Cari's car. But so they do some forensic testing.
Okay.
They find a mint container. See, I got shit that's not even in the notes, boy.
Damn.
They find a mint container. On this mint container, they find a single fingerprint. They cross-check the fingerprint. Who does it come back as a match to? Liz. They're like, Liz, we know you were in her car. What the fuck, dude? Or your car, whatever. And she goes, And they go, yeah. And she starts freaking out. Stuff starts going haywire. And then they kind of set a trap.
Oh.
For old Liz. They made a fake forensic report claiming that they found Cari's remains. At this point, Liz starts freaking the fuck out when they bring her in, and they bring her in to show her fake crime scene photos, and she flips the fuck out, and she starts changing her story, saying shit differently. She asks questions about the body that nobody should know unless they very potentially killed or handled that body after it was killed. Good call. So, on top of that, they had also gone in and tested, what are they, luminol? They use luminol in the car. You know what luminol is?
Yeah, under light shows blood.
Yeah.
I've watched CSI, damn it.
Nothing.
Oh.
Because they broke it down to their, like, timeline wise, what we found, the cars are very likely either murder scene or transportation. They find no blood splatter with the luminol. The detective, being the wild rootin' tootin' fucking ride 'em cowboy that he is, they start getting a little swifty with it, and they cut off the leather from the passenger seat. And what do they find in the cushioning under the seat? A positive luminol test for blood.
Shit, her seat's recovered?
Or cleaned really well. She did seem of a more Southern than America descent. If you catch my drift, wink, wink.
The drift's caught.
She seemed like she may have had a quinceañera. So they find this, and like you're fucked. Like I feel like at this point they just set up the little lie just to get the confession to just like seal the deal.
Right.
Chances are you're going to get her convicted already. But if she's like, if she just dumb fuck, just stupid faces her way through a fake little setup, then you got her. So they pull that off, and like I said, she starts asking questions that she shouldn't know. Shouldn't even probably know to ask about the body. And they're like, all right, we got you, bitch. Boom. Ollie oxen, free these nuts, bitch. You're going to jail. That's exactly what he said. And then Wilford Brimley'd his handlebar mustache at her in disappointment and disgust. So she gets arrested, obviously. In December of 2016, she's arrested, charged with first-degree murder, and prosecutors don't need a body because the digital and forensic evidence alone is enough to charge her.
Right.
Trial in 2017. She's found guilty and sentenced to life in prison. Good. Fuck you. You're batshit nuts fucking crazy. You're nuttier than squirrel shit, honey.
Did she ever explain why she killed Cari?
There's a whole list of possible motives.
Okay, well,
but obviously jealousy is an obsession. Desire for control. Psychological instability.
No,
I think you can check that one off the list. I'm pretty sure that is a fair assumption. Look at that. Wait for it. Liz's erratic behavior and extreme lengths suggest deep psychological issues. And then the last part is she even stalked herself to avoid suspicion. She made it seem that she was also being stalked.
That's genius.
She keyed her own car. She burnt down her own fucking house.
That shows devotion.
She's a character actor.
She is.
She's the Heath Ledger of crazy bitches.
Johnny Depp.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Of true crime, she is a Daniel Day-Lewis of true crime.
Seth Rogen.
Oh, okay, now you're pushing it.
The guy from The Room. So, how did she get away with this so long? She had over 20 fake email addresses to impersonate Cari. She sent texts and emails from burner phones. Like, I guess, again, she would do shit off internet-based services from, like, McDonald's and through VPNs. She did things like we already talked about, like vandalizing her own car and burning down her own fucking house. This is pretty good. I mean, just say burning your fucking house down, burning down the house. That's a pretty solid way to be like, weren't me.
Wasn't me, by the way.
If you're sitting there in front of, like, could you imagine that? Could you imagine how fast you'd be fired from the police force if you're sitting there and this lady's sitting there with the fire department blanket wrapped around her, looking at her smoldering remains of her house, and like you can see the dog's skeleton right there, and they're just like, shame. And some just big drunk detective just turns around like, where'd you hide the body, you crazy bitch? And she just
I mean, this shows a level of devotion. I'm kind of impressed.
Yeah, dude.
I'm not impressed with very many criminals or murderers or serial killers, but I'm kind of impressed with that.
If she had this level of work ethic in anything, she could have cured cancer.
Probably.
Like, there'd be no more little African kids with AIDS if it was up to her. If she had put all this effort into that.
I mean, I'm impressed.
She could have, like, cured malaria. the time and effort it took for her to do this, she could have gone and individually plucked all the wings off every mosquito in the world.
I will say this. I've dated Liz before.
And then the biggest one, without a body, police had no physical proof until the decision was made that there was a need for forensic evidence. But even before there was that decision made, then they nerded it up and they got enough digital forensics basically to at least make her the person of interest. So you fucked the pooch on that one too. Yeah.
Well, here's where she really
and this is what 2017 she got tried and shit like that. Cari's last actual message that they know for a fact that she sent to anybody was in 2012.
She killed this hooker quick.
Yeah. She saw her in his apartment and was like, dead.
That night.
It's like, kill.
She walked by her and said, I'm out.
She turned it like, she just saw that chick walking out of his apartment and she turned into Bane from Batman Forever. She just had she had a very minor embolism and she just went stupid real quick. She's like, die. She was the great Khali from fucking Longest Yard.
I might have to send this woman a letter in prison.
Dude, like.
So I liked your enthusiasm.
And she might have got away with this shit too if they hadn't dove that deep into the digital forensics.
Rule 1: if you're going to commit murder, don't date somebody that works for the sheriff's department.
Right.
Just
that's
saying.
like, what are you trying to inside man it?
Yeah.
Well, you're trying to let the inside man inside. Like, I mean, realistically, I mean, it gives a whole new meaning of cutting a little too close to the tooth.
Yes. I mean,
yeah, because she was like,
that was the only flaw in her plan. I mean, the plan was pretty damn good up to that point.
Dude.
I mean,
she was like, come here, butterball.
Definitely not for somebody.
I want you to butterball me.
I mean, come on.
Hey, Todd.
Now, if it was Brad Pitt, I could almost say, okay, I see why. But if his name was Butterball and he looked like Butterbean, you got an issue.
I don't even know. He looked like he's a very interesting human being. He looked like an interesting being. I don't know fuck all about him. I can make a lot of assumptions from looking at him.
He's shown in the documentary.
I think just a picture. Obviously, if you're him, you're going to decline questioning on something like this. Wait. There's a little snapshot of him.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, he looks like...
He's got no choice but to occasionally tap that back end of a fucking psycho bitch.
He looks like Stone Cold Steve Osberger's. God damn it, that might be my best off the top of the head I've pulled off in a while. I'm sorry.
That is fucking wrong. I don't say that about much, but that was fucking wrong. Good, but fucking wrong.
Oh, it's accurate, though. Can't tell me it's not accurate. I can't fucking
argue with it. I saw the picture.
He looks like a JUCO D-line coach.
Yeah.
Stone Cold Steve Osberger's is better, though.
I might have to clip that and put that up. Watch how quick.
I'm gonna get a lot of hate for that one. Even though I'm the first to say, like, I literally work with whatever you want to call it, special needs kids. 3 days of the week, because I don't work Mondays, but I spend my first 2 hours of my workday around kids with autism and Down syndrome and everything in between.
What is it Gillis's bit about the difference between autism and Down syndrome?
I don't know.
I think it's autism. He basically compares them. They're more like cats. With Down syndrome,
I don't know. I just know
they're the dogs. They're just happy.
I've also been watching the shit out of Love on the Spectrum.
You have been. I will say
it's fucking. You can't help but get like you literally like you are forced at a couple points to be like, good, that's nice. Yeah, as soon as a parent starts crying and they're like, I just wanted this for my daughter for their whole life, you're like, fuck, you got me. And then I go make jokes like that.
So
they're jokes.
Poor Dave. I think Dave's a real victim in all this.
You think? And also, wait for it. Wait, no. Poor Cari. Let's also acknowledge the chick that lost her fucking life.
Fuck it.
And the pets from the house fire.
That's where the dogs I'm more concerned about in the house fire.
Honestly,
I think she should have got
even
the death penalty for that.
The cat or cats and snake. Switch them out. Put fucking what's her tits in there.
Me, I give her the death penalty for killing the dogs. But the cat's accommodation.
I don't know. I'd switch them out for Liz. Put fucking old Lizelda Blanco in there instead. So yeah, mind fuck, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I told you it was a mind fuck.
Yeah, because I've dated Liz before. Actually, I've dated a few Liz's in my day. I remember I didn't end up in fucking jail.
I don't know. It's like I said, the drama of watching the documentary, you're just like, okay. Like literally the whole time, like for the first like 20 minutes, I was like, okay, and she's fucking crazy.
If I'm being honest with this,
I kind of called it. I figured it out.
Yeah, this is where I thought it was heading, but when the house burnt down and all, I was like, okay, maybe.
Let me see if I can get any focus on this. See if anybody who happens to watch this can see exactly the. Oh, it's not gonna work.
I can't.
It's not gonna work. I don't even know what website that is to bring it up. Look him up, Todd Butterball. You'll know exactly how accurate that description is.
But he
Butterbaugh.
But he
if you need help spelling Todd, you're his cousin.
I would say his cousin probably is Butterbean. There is a family resemblance.
I got one for that too, but I'm not going to do it. It's too far.
Yeah. So this is where I thought it was going, but then when you told me about the house burning down and the extreme, I was like, okay, this is going in a different direction.
Yeah.
And this is a good one.
Yeah.
My mind
I thought so
is
too.
Officially fucked.
Shit, so is Liz. Her mind and her body. She got neck down in Dallas, butt fucked in Austin.
All right.
So yeah, there you go. That is the story of this crazy bitch.
This crazy bitch.
And fucking Butterball. And Dave.
Moon U says, even blurry, I can see what you mean.
Yeah.
I think your description was dead on.
Yeah, he looks like he looks like anorexic Bam Bam Bigelow.
But I'm sure we will get some hate over it. But do we really?
That's what I'm here for.
Do we really fucking care?
I do tend to bring that on.
So do I every now and then. But when they insult me, they just say the old guy.
Yeah. Me, it's like the fat one, the gay one.
Well, aren't we all a little gay? And
I never get the Asian one.
Yeah, which is, well, they don't want to fucking go that far.
Oh, yeah, you fucking pussies.
They want to go into that.
They're just mad because they know that I'm mixed race. And that, one, you're not going to say anything I haven't heard. Two, I got way better racial slurs for white people. Once Guilo hit the scene, we Asians just won. Round eye? In another language, you can't beat it. Guilo.
All right. I think that's going to wrap up this episode. Unless you got something else you would like to discuss.
He looks like he ate John Malkovich.
Poor guy. Poor John.
If John Malkovich and like young Joey Diaz had a baby, you'd get that guy.
I don't know what we're going to do next week. I have an idea.
John Milky Tits.
I have an idea about next week's episode.
Oh, an idea?
Yeah.
Is it anywhere as gripping as this?
No.
In your defense, you don't realize how gripping this story is until they go 5 sentences, totally flip you on your wig. That's how it happens. They go 1 sentence, 2 sentence, 3 sentence, 4 sentence, 5 sentence, and then everything you thought you knew just gets flipped upside down.
Think next
and you're
week,
like, oh, my uncle touched me.
I think next week we're going to do an episode we've talked about doing.
We've done a lot. Not the Bigfoot and like alien erotica one, right?
No.
Okay.
You
That would have to be behind
alien
erotica
and presidents.
Oh, a little JFK.
No, maybe just one in general.
Which one? There's a pretty.
It's hitting it. We're gonna cover that. I think. I don't hold me to that. I could come up with something this weekend and change my mind.
That's pretty much my thing. I just like basically decided on this like today. It was like making it happen.
I have
it's fresh enough on my mind that I can just kind of bullshit my way through it anyway.
I have
and
another
it's fun.
government conspiracy one, which we've kind of talked about. That, but I don't. We did a little. It's a little too close to this Manson CIA one.
I have a request that I have to do. I need to do an episode on the gay bomb, so I got to do that soon. What? It's a real thing.
You dropped a bomb on me.
This bitch dropped a bomb on her own house.
Yeah, she did.
Where was the fire department in all this? They didn't go.
Were busy fucking shooting their calendar, damn it.
They didn't go, how'd this start? Wait, how do you know it was her? Started right there. Yes, sir. Okay. And then there's footprints. And she's standing in the end of them. Pretty cut and dry case there, Jim.
But I don't know where we're gonna go.
How many times throughout this whole thing do you think she did like the Lifetime movie or like the suspense movie thing where like it's going on and it's like, oh my gosh, David, no, and like he turns his back and she just like third wall or fourth walls it and just smiles into the camera.
I hope she did.
She had to.
Oh, God damn.
I would just, if I was that crazy and that person, I would just imagine that there was a camera somewhere every once in a while so I could just, when I walked away from my own burning fucking house, like.
She would like to know what's the name of this documentary.
Lover, Stalker, Killer, I
something
think.
to that effect. Netflix, correct?
Yeah.
I might watch it right. How long is it? Is it a series?
Hour and a half.
Oh, so it's just one.
It's a movie.
I might watch it when we're done with this.
The guy David is so, like, I can't believe he was getting all this fucking puss. He's not a bad looking dude or anything like that. He just seems fucking boring. Like he's monotone.
Us boring guys.
He's like literally. No, I do know how he was getting laid is because he had a motorcycle. He even said that. He said that. And I was like, that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's all it takes.
Yep.
Some of us have to get by on our charm.
Don't even have a big wiener. Motorcycle.
Guess I'm gonna have to get a motorcycle. Fuck.
You're gonna have to get a trike.
Bullshit. I can still ride a bike.
Until you can't.
Well, you can do everything until you can't.
Just like the shitty country song. If you got a chance, take it while you got a chance. Have you heard that fucking song?
No, I have not.
Literally every lyric, he's like, you can poop and pee at the same time until you can't. You can fucking eat Cheetos until you can't. Like, that's literally like the basis of the song is you can do stuff till you can't. And I'm like, oh, this is a platinum selling recording artist? This fucking nincompoop? Are you shitting me? Butterball could have wrote that song. And he's got the Elon Musk disease.
Nazism?
No, apparently supposedly Elon Musk has Asperger's.
Yeah, he's pretty much on the spectrum.
Dude, have you seen the fucking video where it's like it's like 10 years later, and it fucking is like showing a flashback of like when Trump did something with like the Down Syndrome Coalition of America or some shit like that, and it's like him with a bunch of young people with Down syndrome, like, you know, cheering on and like fucking like, yeah, high five, and he's like, and then it's like 10 years later, and it just shows like fucking Donald Trump doing the smile nod and like fucking Elon Musk looking around the Oval Office. I was like, man, you'd have to fit the bill to make that stupid goddamn truck.
The truck's growing on me.
I hate it. It's so if it didn't look like that, it'd be sick. The features are dope. It's got heated fucking windshield wipers. Yeah. I watched an 80-something-year-old like career-long Ford employee, like his daughter or somebody bought one, and they were like running him through all the stuff, and she was like, where's the rear view mirror? And she was like, it's this screen. He's like, oh. He's like, I don't know how I feel about the steering wheel. He's like, it's far too dark in here. There should definitely be more white. And then she told him they had heated windshield wipers. He's like, oh, I like that.
I like that.
I like that. I don't like all this Jap stuff they got in here. I don't know how I feel about that. I want to know who's making that. Is this made in America? Well, he's South African. The blacks of the whites. Grandpa. Da, 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 da.
All right, we're going to end on that fucking note. Just saying. All right, close us out. Hit the fucking stop button, Travis.
God damn it.
We're out of here. Take care.
Like